Texts offer a unique way of reflection on human experiences in both individual and shared ways. Two texts that reflect human experiences are Past the Shallows and Jasper Jones, which reflect these human experiences in a deep and meaningful way. This module is Texts and Human Experiences, which focuses on a deepening understanding of how texts represent individual and shared human experiences. This can include examining how texts represent human qualities and emotions associated with or arising from human experiences. Text can add emotion and connection to the characters from the reader when using human experiences. This is because they can offer a shared or individual experience, making the story relatable at times. In the text, the three boys are without their mother as she died in a car crash. This is used as a motif that is used throughout the text. The boys are stuck with their father, who is an alcoholic. Throughout the text, there is a violent tension from the dad, as he presents a form of adversary throughout the text. As the text progresses, his adversary ramps up, and his hatred against Harry is revealed, as Harry is not his real son. Throughout the text, there is a recurring human experience of the failure of the father. A technique used throughout the novel is third-person limited narration, which is where the third-person narrator goes into particular characters in the text. But in this case, they use thoughts of Harry. For example, a quote in the text is "Did the dad coming?" This fear in Harry reflects the failure of the father. This experience can both be used as a shared or individual, as they all have a bad alcoholic dad, but Harry's experience is far worse from what the others are facing. The next theme is death, which is used widely throughout the novel, but for this, it's mostly going to be about the boy's mother and the impact it has on the story and its ability to reflect human experiences through techniques. The death of the boy's mother is used as a challenge in Past the Shallows, with this challenge giving other challenges alongside it. For example, the state of the boy's father is in after her death. A quote used in the text to reflect this experience is, "Like they have had been after she died for months and months, fresh lilies on the tree." In this quote from the text, it uses the word they, which is a collective pronoun which speaks to collective human experiences, with all the boys mourning the death of their mother, meaning death is a shared human experience used in Past the Shallows. Another shared human experience is brotherhood, which is used throughout the majority of the text, with the three brothers as the center for the story in Past the Shallows. This experience is shown in the text between the relationship with Joe and Miles, as they have moments of conflict and sibling rivalry, but Miles uses his relationship with his brother Joe as an escape from their father's forced drudgery of his job and the family fishing boat. The deeply loyal brotherhood between Harry, Miles, and Joe reflects the essential resilience of brothers in the face of cruelty from their dad. This reflects the idea of this being brotherhood as the human experiences they all share. The next human experience is fear, which is particularly experienced and represented with Harry in this text. Fear comes from the ocean. In the text, the author uses metaphors as a technique to reflect fear. For example, a quote is taken from the text says, "He knew the way he felt about the ocean would never leave him alone now." The ocean is a metaphor for his relation to the family, especially his father. Harry fears his dad like he fears the ocean. Another quote used as a metaphor for the reasoning for his hate is this: "The sound and the smell and the cold waves making Harry different." The sensory image of the cold waves symbolizes the cold personality of his father and his actions due to his drinking addiction. The metaphors and sensory image are used to try and reflect individual human experiences, such as fear. The final human experience for Past the Shallows is grief, which is used heavily in the text. Grief is represented in the text with how the current family copes with the death to loved ones such as Mum, Uncle Nick, and Grandad. Due to these deaths, the family becomes very dysfunctional, creating many issues that are explored throughout the text. For example, the boys' dad becoming an abusive alcoholic. This further creates grief for the boys as it makes it harder for them to cope. The death of the boy's mother is crucial for the story and creates a unique human experience such as grief which can create a relation and sorrow for the characters. The second text that I've chosen that reflects both shared and individual human experiences best is Jasper Jones, which is a coming-of-age novel by Craig Silvey. This novel is set in 1969, which follows the life of Charlie Buckton, a bookish 14-year-old who goes through multiple challenges throughout the book, with him maturing throughout the text. The first human experience used in Jasper Jones is racism, which is used widely throughout the text as the entire text represents racism to some degree. In this text, it represents racism and how the town treats Jasper, as he's the only Aboriginal person in the text, and the attitude that they have towards him. This is further shown in how Jasper had to assume they would blame him for the body of Laura, which was found dead. Racism is also shown in how they treat Jeffrey Lou, especially in the baseball game and other events throughout the text. This experience can both be shared and individual. The final human experience is coming of age. This is a shared experience. This experience is shared because everyone will go through it at some stage in life, but this can be an individual experience for Charlie in the text. This text showcases the transition from childhood to adulthood, the true darkness of humanity, and the appearance versus reality, which all contributes to the realness of Charlie's coming of age. Thanks for listening.